I know men who literally be like, you know, bro, I can't make it without you out here. They say out here like they out in this, you know, this battlefield world. Like, you know, I can't make it out here without you.
Right.
Like, you gonna do that? Like, I mean, come on, you know you help me with this. You know all that computer stuff. I heard a dude tell me that too. You know all that computer stuff. Help me out with the job. Like, you gonna, like, you already know.
Resume?
Yeah, like, we're a good team, you know what I'm saying? Really? Really? Oh, let me tell you.
Straight guilt trip you.
Yeah. When a man in a hot situation, though, he try to throw all this, he try to throw everything at you to see if you really done with him.
See what it's
That's what he know. Man, I mean, she don't like, you know, my manipulation don't work no more. He might even get naked on me like, so you gonna leave me like this?
And
Like,
just leave me straight.
This how you gonna be? So you really done? Like, really? Men do anything. Now, ladies, y'all are different. Y'all try to hide y'all, but a man, he trying to test all stops to see.
Like, for real?
Like, so you just gonna leave me like this how you gonna be?
Man, it's all really, like I said, when we talk about hostage situation, we thinking about, hey, listen, even when you look at the movies, you know, the bank get robbed or something like that, and they stuck in, and then the police show up, it's a negotiation. It's a tug of war back and forth for somebody to be able to gain an advantage. And so the same can be said.
Girl, I fall for it every time. She said she fall for it every time. And I'm just saying, that's manipulation. Like, come on, man, don't do me like this.
Right?
And I just seen women do the same thing. Women they'll grab that baby, like grab like, so you don't want this? Like, you don't want us? Now you got a little man looking like him. Yeah.
This your only son I gave you. I brought a son into the world for you.
And I'm telling y'all, these are all hostage, manipulative situations. And the real truth is, I'm glad we're talking about it, how you get in them. And I'm saying you gotta know what's happening.
Right. That's what we want to get down to in the end, as far as how we recognize, how we get to the. But before any of that, let's go into some of it. Because, like I said, when we talk about how just for a couple situations that you can say, hey, men can easily say that women have held them hostage behind this. Where I know dogs that feel like, hey, if I don't pick up my phone for my baby mama, even though I'm not with her. We not even together, but yet if I don't pick up the phone,
fine. Just make sure you stay like that, because you don't care nothing about your children. Here we are calling, you don't answer. Just stay like that.
Right.
Fine.
Now then, and here's so funny. Here's the flip side situation, right? When a woman has a child and her man moves on, and she might be, you know, a single mother and doing what she has to do. When another man comes into her life, it's almost like the script gets flipped on the baby father, because what she was like, had an attitude and you act like you don't want to pick me. Now
we good.
No, now it's, hey, I know this ain't your weekend, but you can just, you know, because I got some plans on Friday, Saturday to go out and just hang out.
I was trying to figure out what time you come by to get them, because
can you watch them this weekend? I know it's not your weekend, but I know you can do it. And all of a sudden, where it seemed to be like, see, if you're gonna be like that, you can't. You need to get right before, if you want to see your children. It turns into, hey, listen here, there go your daddy. Here your daddy. Go in, you know, and see that.
Yeah, all manipulation.
It does happen plenty of times, and this is why you have men that feel like, hey, even if I do have another lady or I move on, it's this attachment to me that makes me feel like even if I move a little bit in the left direction, it's going to be taking me away from my children. And it's not really the reality. It's just based upon her control of the situation.
And men is the same way. They control it, because they be like, now you know I can't do this. That business I started, who gonna do all my receipts and stuff?
My taxes.
Like the man always got to make a woman feel like, I'm gonna die here. You want me to die? You don't care nothing about it. One thing, your woman like, really? All that over this? Like, you want me to die? This just let me. And that's why most women, because then it turns into, listen, let me to like get my place right. Can I just leave my stuff right here? You know what I'm saying? Let me just leave my stuff here.
It's not funny. It's funny because
you know what I mean?
Past Dozier, but I'm
saying. Telling you, I done been there. You know what I'm saying?
To hold your car just because I need.
I'm just saying though. I mean, you gonna be at work. I just can't. I mean, come on, we ain't gotta be with each other like that. But I'm saying, come on, we can't be nothing. And that usually that's where that friend line come in, because that's still a little bit of hostage. Like, we still can't be cool. Come on, you know I'm always gonna love you. That's a hostage line. When you hear that line right there, ladies, man, That's a hostage line. Come on, it don't matter who the girl is. It don't matter who she is. I ain't even got to meet her yet. Ain't none of them going. I ain't never going to love them like I love you.
Right.
And boy, you know what? That's that hostage line.
She like, man, come on, just put your stuff in the closet, and then when you get out, your key gonna be under the mat. You see that? Just right, ready to get going. You know what I mean? And then the key gonna be under the mat. Just look, don't tell my house when I go. See that? And then all of a sudden, before you know it, dang, I thought you was done with her, girl. Done with him, girl. Yeah, well, we working through some stuff, and so, but again,
we can't do right now. We got a lot of things in our names together right now. We got to work through a few things. You know what I mean?
Here's another situation. Like I said earlier, I thought I brought this up earlier. When a woman is assumed to have a man's child, listen, I'm not a big supporter of this, but man, as men, we got to do better, man. There's so many men that is not strapping up, is not protecting themselves, and not only that. From diseases, but you also got these unplanned pregnancies all the time that happen, especially within our community. Now, it's not to say no kid is a mistake, but it is to say before any conception is made, there wasn't any plan on it. And I'm saying to myself, when you got so many dudes that say, hey, listen, man, it don't matter out here, man, look, it don't feel the same, blah, blah, blah. On the back end, when you have a woman that say, hey, I'm pregnant, you are in a hostage situation. You put yourself in that situation. But a woman can then hold you hostage because, of course, she feel like, hey, well, I got your child. You see so many celebrities that say, hey, listen, well, she said have a baby, da, da, da. Don't you know that, Pastor? You do know that if you ask a woman to take a blood test.
Oh, my God. Your life is over, God.
If you ask a woman, say, hey, well, I mean, I understand, da, 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 but then it was little bit because you was with Steve, listen, right? And then
I'm going to tell you right now, you better pray to God that you right. Because if you ain't right and that baby yours, cuz you can cancel Christmas. That's a hostage situation.
See what I'm saying?
She got you forever, cuz.
Hostage situation when dating, bro.
It don't matter how far, it could be years down the line. So I done did it before. Man, my son at the time, about 5, like, really? Because he didn't really even think you was his. He didn't, like you gonna hold me hostage like that because of that? Because you were trifling and you were loose?
Yeah.
He ain't really want you.
Listen.
Oh my God.
Hostage situation, bro. And now you fight an uphill battle because that's almost irreversible damage when you hear your mother telling who was soon to be your father that, he didn't want you, and it's like, well, who am I supposed to believe that? Because he say, nah, I wasn't like that. Or mama, when she does say that, that's hard for a child to swallow and know whether it's right or wrong and whether it's true or not.
Right. But I'm here to tell you, men and women have the ability to do this. This could be for another show. But there are men that can hide their real self for 4 seasons. And there's women, it could be all 4 seasons, and you don't know the real her until, guess what? That manipulation kick in, and guess what? Now you see, oh my God, this whole time you was working.
Right.
And the whole time.
Happens to the best.
Happens to the best son. But I always wanted somebody I could do some work with and be in business together with. You know what I mean? I always thought we could grow something together, do something together, put it both in our names, and that's them all hostage situations.
Right.
Let's do it together, and I want both our names on it. I want both of us in it. Why? Because if something go left, we can't really be through.
Facts.
So I'm just saying, people have the ability to hide themselves long beyond season. That's the point. I mean, if anybody ever been manipulated, nobody wants to admit it. Nobody's going to answer it today. Right. Nobody's going to say that, yeah, I've been manipulated before. But when it happens, it usually because, oh my God, I didn't think they'd do me like this.
Right.
And now I'm locked in a bad situation. And guess what? People don't like to talk about this because these are tough subjects because nobody wants to admit, man, I feel like I'm stuck. You know what I'm saying? I feel like I'm stuck. Or let's say your hot situation because even somebody on Instagram said, because you leave the door open. You know when you can't really ever close the door to this person.
Mm-hmm. And a lot of times children have a lot to do with that. This is why when we talk about on the men's side, we're going to talk about how, a man may be able to manipulate a woman. We're going to discuss that. But right now, I'm saying how when men make the complaint that this is something I'm dealing with, that it's hard for me to move on past those. Right. Clarence, how am I supposed to I'm already paying child support. And on top of that, it's like, I just because I inquired to say, hey man, can we just at least see? Can we at least do a P test, a blood test, or something test? And even just that alone, like you said, even for your situation, it wasn't because I was trifling. It was because I knew your history. I knew where you was at that given time. So just by me asking to say, hey, I just want to be sure.
Yeah.
And like, oh no, you want to be sure. So what you trying to say? I don't just do Right. And all of a sudden now you find yourself where it's like, should I ask? you have men that generally saying to themselves, "Man, I don't know because the time don't add up." And then she said she had the baby in March. I ain't even see her, right? But yet it's like,
yeah, that can be a hot situation. Let me tell you, that can be a hot situation.